pitiful heartless, mindlessly collecting hearts. The rage of the Keyblade releases those hearts. They gather in darkness, masterless and free, until they weave together to make Kingdom Hearts. And when that time comes, we can truly, finally exist.
What up? It's your boy Red, and I guess I'm gonna be reviewing 358 over 2 days Kingdom Hearts game. This is more of a movie, to be fair. I'll explain. Unlike Chain of Memories, which was ported, Chain of Memories was originally just for the Game Boy, then they ported it for the console. This game, they were gonna port it over, but they decided to scrap the whole project and just make it a 2-hour long film, which actually was pretty great. I just sat back, popped some popcorn, and watched this movie, which takes place right after the events of Kingdom Hearts 1. You get to see some of the events from Chain of Memories, and it goes right into the second game, which is the next game I'm gonna play. Now, with that being said, who is the main character of this game? Well, actually, Organization 13 are the main characters. You saw some of them in Chain of Memories. Now you get to see basically all of them in this game right here. And especially if you play the Game Boy Advance version, you get to play with them. You even get to be them if you play the multiplayer. Damn, I wish I had a Game Boy Advance, but no. But I had to watch the movie, which is great. You know, I fucking loved it. I cried. But let's get right to it. So what is this film about? Like I said, it takes place between the events of the first game and the second game, explaining Roxas' character, which if you already played the second one like I have, know who he is. And this is a great, throwback. If you haven't played the second one, this will spoil a lot of things, but not too many for the second one. It will lose this little magic that the beginning of the game has, but don't worry. It's not that big a deal. This game does focus on Roxas, number 13. If you guys saw the little clips I put earlier, he's basically number 13 in the organization. Then there's also Axel, and a new character that joins the organization, Xion. They actually become best friends and actually hang out a lot. That's what you get to see most of the time. They're on this clock tower in Twilight Town eating ice cream together, which is fucking amazing. I mean, it's pretty great. And of course, if you play the video game, you get to go on missions with them, fight bad guys and stuff like that. But you don't get to see that in this adaptation, but whatever. So Axel is a prior organization member. If you guys saw, he's an assassin. He's number 8. By the way, the rankings only mean when they join the organization. Doesn't mean how powerful they are. Roxas, of course, is number 13, the Keyblade wielder. And Xion as well. She's also a Keyblade wielder. She's basically number 14. They're all pretty great characters. Eventually you find out a lot of things, especially about Xion, who she is, where she comes from. My man Roxas, where he comes from as well. Axel is basically the only one. We do find something, actually, I think you learn Axel's real name. So as we find out that all 3 of these are nobodies. If you guys don't know who nobodies are, they don't really explain it here, but they do explain it in the second one. Nobodies are basically what's left after someone's heart gets stolen. There's someone's heart gets stolen in the Kingdom Hearts world, they become heartless. Then what happens to the husk that's left behind? They become nobodies, people without hearts or whatever. And like I said, if you actually play the Game Boy Advance version, there is combat, like you can see here. I got some pictures online. The combat system is pretty similar to Kingdom Hearts 1. The fights, hack and slash, magic, stuff like that. I heard you could customize. I heard playing multiplayer is pretty cool. You can play as other members of Organization 13. That's fucking awesome. Let's see what else. Well, besides, like I said, this is not really a game, I guess. I watched the film, but it is a game. It's hard to, go over everything since I never experienced the combat itself, just the, story, and I actually enjoyed the story. I actually made a pretty good film watching it and understanding more about Roxas, who I as a kid, blowing into the second one, I'm like, who the fuck is Roxas, right? Well, this one explains a lot, and I actually love it. I even love Axel. But yeah, I mean, that's all I really gotta say. I mean, it's a film. Go watch it, and especially if you got the collection, watch it. But hey, thanks for watching. I can't really say much more. Hit that like, hit that sub, and I'll catch you guys next time.